be serious!
Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration. Good genes. He has great genes.
And I want everybody out there on TV to know it. I am the greatest.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the show. I have a special guest for you guys, as I promised you earlier this week. Tracy you're gonna have to give me that last name again, brother. Napolitano. I purposely didn't say it on purpose because you know how us Italians roll. We got too many vowels in those names. So, Tracy, I'm very excited to have you on, brother. I know that we're going to be talking about a lot of good stuff. But first and foremost, tell us about New Orleans Bourbon Fest that's going to be coming up very soon.
So, New Orleans Bourbon Fest is March 8th, 9th, and 10th at the Contemporary Arts Center in New Orleans and the La Meridian Hotel on Poydras, where we've got 3 days, bourbon dinners on Thursday. We got a VIP party with Bourbon and Burlesque sponsored by Jim Beam on Thursday night. All day Friday and all day Saturday we have bourbon seminars. So if you're a fan of bourbon and you want to learn as much as possible about the bourbon industry and how it's made and its history, seminars are for that on Friday and Saturday. And then Friday night and Saturday night we have 2 grand tastings where you'll be able to sample well over 100 different bourbons, rye whiskey and American-made whiskey.
Tracy, I'm going to tell you something. You're a man after my own heart with what you just said. I love me some bourbon. I definitely love me some whiskey. I'm definitely going to be there, brother.
Well, and this all started because I'm a bourbon collector. I have near 700 bottles in my house.
Woo!
On my bar. I've got them stored away. My mother-in-law lives with us. I've got bourbon hidden in her room. I got 3 Jim Beam train sets from the early 70s. I've got those in our bedroom and my wife and I's bedroom. So there's pretty much not a room in this house you can't go into and find bourbon.
Is it weird if I'm a little jealous?
Wait, what's that?
I said, is it weird if I'm a little jealous that you got all this bourbon?
No, it's not. I mean, I hear that a lot, but it took me 10 years to amass the collection I have.
Yeah, so I bet so.
And a very, very, very understanding wife.
Yes, indeed. And if happy wife, happy life. Trust me, I'm about to get married on April the 6th. So, guys, you can check out Tracy and the New Orleans Bourbon Fest at NO Bourbon Fest. That's at NO Bourbon Fest on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Again, that's NO Bourbon Fest on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Tracy, how do I get the tickets? How do I get the tickets to get into what you guys got going on that weekend?
So you can go to our website, which is www.nobourbonfest.com. The ticket link on our page on our website will take you right to Eventbrite, where you can buy tickets for the dinners on Thursday, because that's a separate ticketed event. We got 7 dinners around town, and we'll have the master distillers from Jim Beam, Wild Turkey, Jefferson's Bourbon, Heaven Hill, which is Elijah Craig. They'll be there. We've got Brent Elliott of Four Roses is going to be there. So nice. We've got a lot of great dinners happening on Thursday. And then you can buy tickets to the tastings and the seminars on the Eventbrite page as well. We have just a tasting ticket available. You can pick either Friday or Saturday night. We've got our connoisseur ticket, which gets you both days of seminars, and then you pick what night you want to go to the tasting. Or if you get a VIP ticket, you can be at everything every night, every day, all day long. You can go to all of the stuff at the festival. And then we have our ultimate VIP, which we have a bourbon awards program where the companies submit their bourbons for judging. And if you want to be a judge, you buy the ultimate VIP ticket, and you become one of 40 of our bourbon judges.
That sounds amazing. Guys, I'm definitely going to be here. Tracy, you definitely have sold me. I'm going to be there all weekend long. And hey, maybe it might be my bachelor party weekend. Who knows? But anyway, regardless, you can count me in for sure. But Tracy, I got to ask you a question, brother. I heard something through the grapevine that you're a big sports fan as well.
I am. I'm a diehard LSU fan.
Yes, indeed.
And I follow everything LSU. I mean, down to recruiting. I love it.
Well, speaking of that, the LSU Tigers are going to be hosting Notre Dame this weekend in some baseball. LSU and Coach Palmineri do have some injuries coming into the season, especially at catcher with Nick Coombs not going to be able to go this Friday. Also, with Hunter Fiducia not going in, but the season looks really, really bright for Palmineri and the LSU Tigers. What do you think coming up this weekend and for the entire season?
Well, I mean, Notre Dame's generally a pretty good club, but it's LSU. It's at home at the box. I think LSU sweeps the Irish.
Woo! Hey man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it could happen, but the only thing is that I'm really encouraged to see, as I mentioned, not to just to my fans earlier this week, but is what this weekend rotation is going to do, and can Zach Hess come from being a closer in that starting role? So it's definitely going to be intriguing for all LSU fans to see what's going to happen this weekend.
It is going to be intriguing, but LSU, when you play these big teams, they rise to the occasion.
Absolutely.
And, I mean, there are going to be a lot of young players out there, but I really think the talent's deep in this team. Maneri does a great job recruiting, even though I know we miss out some recruits that go to the major leagues. But I think this can be a good club.
I do as well. As you mentioned a little bit earlier, Tracy, you follow LSU all the way down the recruiting, and man, last week I had a big week just following a lot of the recruiting as well. It wasn't a great day for LSU as Pat Surtain Jr. picked Alabama over LSU, and LSU had led the entire way. But my question is that does one guy make or break a recruiting class, and do you think that LSU actually and Ed Orgeron did better than what people are leading on?
I think one person doesn't make a class unless it's that one exceptional player.
Like a Pat Surtain Jr.
I think Patrick Surtain was that exceptional player.
Right.
The problem I see with the class, I think is that we got one real DB in this class.
Right.
And they missed on quite a few people that I thought they were going to get. But I think he did fill out, the roles on the offensive line, some defensive line players, linebackers. I think he did a good job filling out some of that stuff. And those are like the unsung heroes that you don't know how good they're really going to be till they get in the trenches.
Absolutely, and I agree with that 100%. I mean, if you just look at Clemson and what they've done over the last just 5 seasons with Dabo Swinney, they do feel needs, but they definitely go for the offense and defensive line, and it's starting to pay off for Dabo and the Clemson Tigers. Moving into that, what would you say, or how would you grade Ed Orgeron since he's taken over the lead role for the Tigers?
Well, I think he did a great job filling in after Les Miles was let go, and keeping that team together. I think he did a decent job last year. I think this whole issues with Matt Canada caused some problems for him. This recruiting class not being, up to par with what we've had in the past. I'm going to give him a C plus B. C
plus and B. What?
I'm not ready to push him to an A. And if he doesn't have a great class with all the talent in Louisiana next year, it could be the quick end to his term at LSU.
And you hit it really the nail on the head there, Tracy, when you're talking about this class that's coming up in the 2019 season, or 2019 class rather. That is a loaded class, and a lot of those guys have already talked about how much they love Coach Orgeron. But there is some heat on Coach O as of right now. Do you think that there are a number or a set number of wins that Coach O has to get to stay on board before fans are trying to push him out, or do you think he has another season no matter what?
I don't know if he has another season if he doesn't win 10 games. I think, the TAF's got a lot of money behind the program. The fans, will get loud. And I also think he'll leave his jobs on the line with the hire.
Absolutely.
I mean, I have not been the biggest Joe Alleva fan.
You or a lot of LSU fans, that's for sure.
I mean, I think he totally mishandled the whole Les Miles into the season 2 years ago.
Right.
I don't know that I would have let Les Miles go in the middle of the season last year. I mean, and you could probably tell I am a Les Miles fan. I think he's a good man. Right. And I know players really liked him, but he has some issues with keeping Cam Cameron too long. We'll see. I wish well because I like Coach O. Right. And I want to see him succeed. He's a Louisiana guy, and he's got a love for LSU, and I want to see him succeed.
Well, me and you both, Tracy. I've been very positive when it comes to Coach O because that's just my nature is just being positive. But like you said, I think if Coach O doesn't get to that 10-win mark, he's going to have a lot of the Nega Tigers after him and after that job. But it's going to – I'm trying to put into words what I'm thinking here, but I mean, I don't want to be negative towards the guy who has gone 15-6, I believe, in the last 2 seasons as a head, or last 3 seasons, even going back to USC. But this is LSU, and people expect a lot. So I agree with you full-heartedly.
Well, I think a couple things have to happen for people to give him a pass on not winning 10. He's got to figure out how to beat Bama. We all know that. He cannot lose to Jimbo Fisher and Dan Mullen.
That's absolutely correct.
He's got to beat Florida, and we've got to continue to dominate A&M because we own them since they've come to the SEC.
And all sports. And don't forget, Georgia's coming down to Baton Rouge as well with Kirby Smart and that #1 recruiting class. So LSU and Coach O has a really tough task ahead.
Oh, yeah, but, look at Kirby Smart year 2. There was a lot of success in new coaches in year 2. Right. This past season. So let's hope and the Tigers can have that same success in year 2 of his tenure.
I agree with you right there, brother. His name is Tracy Napolitano. Say it again from me, brother.
Napolitano.
That's right, Napolitano. Because us Italians, we love 3 things. We love football, we love our grandmother's cooking, and we definitely love some bourbon and whiskey. You can catch him at NO Bourbon Fest. That's at NO Bourbon Fest on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Check them out. It is going to be a blast. We'll see him again soon. And if you guys want to find me on my bachelor party, you're going to find me at NO Bourbon Fest. That is for sure. I appreciate it, Tracy, and thank you for coming on, brother.
Hey, no problem. I enjoyed it. Thank you.
No problem. We'll see you. We'll talk to you again soon.
All right, thanks.
All right, man.